ladies and gentlemen, we just got new music from Lijah. And I know probably everyone who is not Lijah is asking, who is he? Well, I used to be asking that too, because the way I found out about this dude, I was just looking through some internet beats, like free for profit stuff, and he's one of the genuine best producers I found on YouTube in pretty much all my time searching for beat producers. So I was checking it out, and then one day he posted something where he's actually rapping, and I was like, dude, that's awesome, are you on Spotify? And he was like, yeah. And then I checked out his Spotify, and he's pretty good. He's been rapping for the past couple years, and he's put out a good amount of projects. In fact, he released like a 7-song album earlier this year, which I do like a lot, called EARWORM. Check it out. He just, a couple days ago, released his latest album, Tuki, or Tuki. I don't know what to call it, but I hit him up on YouTube. I was like, hey, can I review your album? Because I'd much rather listen to this than the new Lil Baby and Lil Durk project. And then he was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then I was like, okay. And now I'm here recording this. So, without further ado, we have Tuki. I don't know how to say it. It is 14 songs long, which is a lot longer than the last one, starting with I'm Scared.
You're a fucking genius. It's fucking amazing. How are you so incredible? Like, what? You're a master.
Ooh. Oh, I have not heard this from him.
Judge your heart, don't stress, take a rest, nigga, lie down. People ask why you even try now.
Huh. Very different than his normal stuff. Ooh. I like that.
Just and leave. Something awful happened. That's just my anxiety, though. Overthinking every little thing.
Okay, that was a lot more, like, deep and emotional than some of the stuff I've heard from him. And it's not like the other stuff was bad. I definitely enjoyed a lot of his other music, but he really seemed to be a lot more emotionally honest with himself, which I really like. That was a very chill, smooth thing. That's more of an intro than an actual song, but I liked it. And I wonder if he's gonna do sort of like a To Pimp a Butterfly thing, where he's sort of like reading that poem or whatever, but it's the cover of the album. But it's the cover of the album, which looks like this, by the way. I had like a quick glance on what the cover art was actually saying, and I think he said it there. But okay, let's continue. Next track, Change, God Complex. Ooh, acoustic guitar.
Knowing the best, but known I got talent, but heart at the chest, and blood in the chalice, and spitting the heat, and they eating it up. How y'all looking parts, need a drink from the kearney. Place on the core like Brendan and D. Wayne Journey. I don't stop believing, I'm seeing what's clear, but don't look in the mirrors. I'm good. Doing my thing as a king, really should. Shoot shots with the arrows, don't hard like the pharaoh. Y'all know I don't care, and I'm.
Woo! I like that background thing.
They only send me, I'm hung, so I take out like Rocky. Consider the music they want with some pockets. These niggas is crackers, and I'm staying off it. I'm growing close in the circle of family matters, and they all that's worth it. I'm talking about further, where records are heard of it. Murderous flows, they hold it down. All nobody, yeah. But it get complex.
Okay, that was. Whew! I really like that instrumental. Those, like, I don't know if you call it a synth or synth chords. And then the acoustic guitar layered so well. And then he just had simple drums. He was flowing very well over that beat. That's definitely one of, if not my favorite song by him to date. Songs like that is why I'm proud to be one of his 52 listeners. He's gotta have more than that after this. That was an impressive song. Next song is called Dog Strut. Okay. Oh, is he gonna do jazz? It's very spiritual. It's different.
chip on your shoulder. It sounded like you got in the yard.
Oh, that's okay. I feel like an idiot now. Okay, Dog Strut is a really dumb name, and I just realized that Dog Strut is Trust God backwards. I feel like a moron now. Like, this doesn't sound like a song called Dog Strut. Well, there you go. Okay. And then we got Trust God afterwards. Okay. I really did like that last track and what it was going for. I think it nailed. I just think it could have been a little bit shorter, because I do feel like it went on for a little bit long. It was over 2 minutes for something that really only repeats the same one or two things. If that was like a 1 minute interlude, I feel like it would be a lot better. And now we have Trust God, which is the first single off the album, and I listened to it, so I'm just gonna listen to it again. Let's see if my opinion on it changes, because I wasn't a huge fan of it when I heard it as a single, but I don't remember it being like this.
I'm out here losing sleep, and can't nobody help. Wish I could close my eyes and say I'm partied out, part of that. Further, can't remember where we started at. The phone is always ringing, but I'm way too scared to call her back. And if I slide tonight, my nigga, everybody wearing black. Crows out the window, life ain't been the same. Pray to God that I can just God. Pray for my friends. Pray for your presence, God. Thank you for everything. I saw you.
Okay, so I just hit, let me show you. I just hit that behind the back. I just got that, even though that isn't the punt, but I got it in there. That behind the back one. So that's cool. That is still the same song from the single, however, I do like it a lot more in the context of the album, because after hearing some of his other music and then listening to the single version of that, the spiritual feel felt a little bit out of place, but I feel like in this album it's very good. However, if I was making this album, what I would probably do is make Dog Trust God interlude and cut it down to like a minute or so, and then have it like smoothly transition into Trust God, sort of like what Kanye does on the All of the Lights thing. But I do like that a lot more with the context of the album. Also feel like it goes on for a little bit long, because it's definitely a very good song and I like it a lot more, but 4 minutes is a little bit long for, again, a very repetitive thing. I feel like he could have replaced a bit at the end with maybe another verse, but I do like that song. So, next up, we got Grace.
Grown up, still spitting kitty riddles, no wonder you don't blow up.
I like
get
this
scared
flow.
there from the repeated questions popping up just to get a little get stage in my dough. But I met this girl, so my heart less hollow. Judging from the past might be a tough act to follow. November 5th, deep ass, blue sea, attraction, 2D, who me, who we.
Here's one later in the album. Okay, I feel like that really found its place in the album. That's my second favorite track so far after Change, God Complex. I definitely did not feel like that one was too long. That's a very good lengthed one. I like that one. Very smooth. That was a very solid lyrical flow. Love to hear it. Next up, we got Walls, The Conversation. 3 minutes.
I'm sorry, couldn't always be the son they wanted. Walking around dumb like he never had the guidance. Find peace of mind, but he can't spot it. So addicted to catching evictions. Right by my lonesome. What you do to niggas after nobody want them? He ain't really liable to do what they told him. Hocus, they wanna stop the road and that's always holding closer things that ain't important. Always repeating the cycle. Wanna be a Norman, he cycle swearing I was an idol. I heard that walls could talk. I wonder if me could talk. I wonder.
Okay, that is now my third favorite on the album. That beat was very different, and he was definitely flowing. My only issues with that song was his voice effect sounded a little bit weird to me. Like it sounded a bit high-pitched, which is sort of his sound, but it sounded a bit different, and I didn't like it that much. Also, the drums, or trap drums or whatever, sounded a little bit out of place, but I don't really know what else I would put there. Maybe like old school, something like that. I don't know. Good song, still flowing. As he said, he's only 17, which is surprising given the quality of his album so far. And, by the way, I'm going to rate this album like I did for J. Cole's The Off-Season, but I'm not going to rate it differently just because of the age he is, or the fact that he only has 50 monthly listeners. I'm just going to give it my genuine score. A benchmark of a 10 for me. There's really only 2 albums that I could consider being a 10, which are Care For Me by Saba and All American Badass by Joey Badass. My 2 favorite albums of all time. I'm going to rate it on a scale of how far away is it from that. And this is pretty good so far. I'm going to have to think what my score is going to be. That's a good song still. Next up we got Castaway. Sounds like elevator music.
Said we lost Lijah, you ain't feeling fine. There was a time that I still got it down. I got too hot, cool the kettle down. Y'all can't talk, tear the walls down. In a P to me, I'm a killer now. But I still got lots to go figure out.
No. He sampled the Backyardigans. I was really digging the song until then. Okay. That's an interesting choice, like, given the flow of the album so far. Okay, let's keep playing it. It's 4 minutes, 30 seconds, so let's see if he repeats that. The sample itself doesn't sound very bad, and I kind of like it, but the fact that it's the Backyardigans is really just what's setting me off. I don't know. Okay, let's keep playing it. Is this thing dead?
I don't really know where to go from here, baby. I don't really
Oh no, that's the song? He does that in the song. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that means we're not gonna have the Backyardigans chorus. I thought my speaker was broken.
I don't really know.
You see here, kid, you gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before.
Another beat switch? Okay.
You just got
Been through a whole lot. I'm surprised that you rolled out these days without your time. I think it's safe to say.
So, that was, the first part was good. The second part was like, and the third part was decent. That's not a top 3 in the album. Next up, choose your character. Short one, too, 1 minute. Yeah, that's a very interlude-y track. It's fine. This is ILMS, which I think means I love myself. I was right.
You saved my life.
Ooh. Yeah, another very interlude track. IHMS, which I think is going to mean I hate myself, given the contrast to that previous song and the flow of the album.
Speaking to my fathers like a hard to swallow pill. Afraid to be myself, cause I think that they don't know me. Open door, open door. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? What you running from, my nigga? I'm not your conscience, I'm the other one, my nigga. Got lots of problems, not many options. You call it and they keep on for a price. I'm done playing.
Okay, well that hit very fast, and I didn't want to stop after I hate myself because that really, it was a transition sort of. Okay, so I hate myself, another really interlude-y thing, and I think it is good that he had the two separate tracks instead of combining them into one, even though they're similar, but yeah, still maybe drags on a bit long. And then we go straight into Mirror, which hit very hard. That, I was not expecting something to sound like that, and I'm definitely not against it. And what I think I've heard so far, I think he's actually talking to himself in the mirror, which is very different. Okay.
I'm tired of tears at night. Stay down, let me take the wheel, make you feel your pension, boy. Every time that you're speaking, always seem to be tension, boy. And for wasting the time, I hate myself for everything. Over there, there's no thoughts popping out of my head at the end of a Beretta. Ain't gonna be that same nigga, won't play the game with it.
Okay, that beat gave me very heavy MF Doom vibes, which is pretty cool. That was a very, like, confessing song. That's very interesting. It's gonna take me a bit to really dive into that. That's a good song right there. And it's not one of my favorites, but I can recognize when a song is good and powerful, and that's one of them. Okay. That's probably the most powerful song in the album so far. Shadows, which is the second single released.
That existential crisis, but I ain't ready to die. It's your status, you need an atlas to access the back of a head of a boy that prone to attacks and panic and thoughts, but not.
Okay, yeah, I liked that one as a single. I like it in the album. Probably not top 3 on it though. Then we have the final single, One Last Love Song, which I do remember being my favorite out of the 3 singles, so let's play it.
Who's the one amazing person who healed me up when the nigga was hurting?
Yeah, I like this one still. Yeah, still like that track. Title track, 5 minutes long. Woo!
Don't wanna wear a disguise, apparently capture your by surprise. Hungry people and gang violence. What's the story?
That's just
making music for the mind, for the soul.
Speaker's almost dying. We got 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. By the way, those sounds are just my stupid speaker dying, but we're on the last... Woo! Last track. Stupid speaker, stop dying!
Feel no oppression, breathing it out. All of my worry, all of my doubt. Young she on the block, and what would mama do if Lil Tuki went and kicked them rocks? And how would I feel knowing my Lil...
Why are you dying? I paid $5 for you. Oh, it's just straight up dead. Okay. We have 2 minutes left, and I'm not just gonna skip 2 minutes. So, we're listening to it on my terrible phone speakers. Ooh.
But I couldn't bear the consequences. This is honestly just a thought dump. A panic attack on paper. Tuki hillside.
Ooh. Okay. You couldn't make it through it, but I could. Stupid speaker. That last track was very solid. I knew he was gonna do a poem thing with the cover. No one just makes the album cover just a long paper with a bunch of words on it. That would be dumb. I'm very surprised by that. I definitely liked his other projects, but they showed plenty of room to grow, and I feel like this is a very big stepping stone. This was much more mature and emotional than some of his other work, and I have to give you a ton of credit. If you're watching this, Lijah, that took a ton of courage to make something like that, and I sincerely respect you as an artist for putting yourself out there and making something like that. That's not easy to make, and I definitely enjoyed that. That is now my favorite, and I'd say probably the best of his albums so far. But now, time to get critical of it, like I always do at the end of videos. So, my score for that is going to be probably a 7.5, around there, and that doesn't seem like a great score, but when I rate critically, I rate very fine-tuned, and that's what I would say for a 17-year-old kid who has 50 monthly listeners. That is a very good project. And, okay, some of the pros of it. The production and flows were mixed up a lot. There were a lot of very emotional parts, and the lyrics were much better. But some of the cons, some of his voice effects were a little bit weird. Some of the songs feel like they dragged on a little bit. But overall, I really like him as an artist. I feel like he sounds a lot like Aaron May, who's one of my favorite rappers currently, with that dry delivery. But yeah, very talented kid. I'm excited to see what's next. Okay, thank you for watching. This has been MagentaMan43. There should be a bunch of other projects coming out, like I mentioned in my Saba reaction video later this month. So, I'm excited to listen to those. That's a good album right there. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.